Okay, thank you very much. I am indeed very pleased to participate in this webinar, Securing Indian Ocean Region. I'd like, first of all, to recognize the presence of Saniro Jagannath, Honorable Members of Parliament of India, Ambassador Noike, Mr. Abbas, yourself, Captain Parmar, Mr. Sethi, Mrs. Upia, Mrs. Jaju, Akhilesh, and all the participants. It's really a great pleasure for me to be together with you and to participate in this webinar. On top of my responsibility as officer in charge at the General Secretariat of the Indian Ocean Commission and in charge, amongst other things, for maritime security, I'm also the head of the Secretariat for the contact group against piracy off the coast of Somalia. It also gives me additional pleasure to be in this webinar today because I don't know whether you all are aware, but India is now an observer member of the Indian Ocean Commission. This was a decision that was taken on the 6th of March this year. And moreover, also what we are very much working, looking to work closely with IRA, and it will be a great pleasure for us to see to it how IOC and IRA coordinates and cooperates in future. And as it was said by Captain Parmar, India is also the coordinator for the working group on maritime security of IURA. So all this gives me, additional reasons why I should participate in this particular webinar and in future exchanges. Now, I think the issue of the interest for why it is important for us to secure the Indian Ocean as a stable, peaceful, and region has already been dealt with. I will try not to dwell too much on these. These are issues which are known to most of us. But just a few figures, for example, that there are 28 countries bordering the Indian Ocean, which accounts for 35% of the world population and 20% of global GDP. We also talking about, one of the busiest marine highway of the whole world, which is this region, the Indian Ocean. We are also talking about the 23 of the world's 100 busiest container ports, but we are also talking about something like a movement of some, and I think that this is even not clearly known whether there are 5,000 or 7,000 movements of ships per day, and also of some 5,000 tankers bringing something like 600 million tons of oil per year. So we are talking about a region which is not just a region full of economic opportunities and economic activities, but also of geopolitically very active and very important for the world community, not just for the countries in this region. One of the reasons why the countries of the Indian Ocean Commission are very much interested in maritime security is because the new, I would say, the new mantra, which has been put on the table since the last 3 years of the blue economy, which is, being tabled as the new frontier for sustainable development. And hence, how can the countries pursue blue economy development in the region without ensuring that the region is stable, that the region is secure, that the region is safe? But also because of the many major challenges that the countries suffer. Some have been mentioned by Captain Parmar, but there are also drug trafficking on top of all the points that was made. But more so also, if you look at the region, you look in the north, there are some countries not just producing the ingredients for drugs and trading in arms, but also there are pockets of terrorism activities and terrorism-related economic activities that is moving from the north of the Western Indian Ocean region towards, you know, the coast of Africa. I won't mention about Somalia, Al-Shabaab, and even now, as you know, Kenya is suffering from these scores, and even Mozambique is there. So it's like going everywhere. We had seen the terrorism attack in Sri Lanka and other countries. In other countries, things are brewing. So all this have a very strong link with the movement of vessels in the region. And it's not just that, but it's also that we believe very strongly that the issue of maritime security, safety and security in the Indian Ocean should not be simply a question for the countries in this region. It should be a question for the whole international community. And for me, when we had the piracy off the coast of Somalia, we've seen the movement and the activities of the whole international community. All the major naval forces of the world are present there. This is costing billions of dollars per year. It means then that there is an interest of the international community to ensure that the region is safe. So, but the problem is, it's only when there are particular interests, then the security activities are focused to those interests. I would like to mention, for example, another interest. So, you know, everyone talks about IUU fishing. This is on the agenda of the IOC and many regional organizations in the countries for decades. And lots of discussions are held there. But who are those who are fishing in the, for example, Western Indian Ocean? Not necessarily the countries of this region. And so, again, the IUU becomes a major issue, and there are lots of work to be done, are being done to limit IUU fishing, because it's the interest of countries who are not necessarily in this region. So just to tell you that, you know, there are many issues on which we'll have to work, and what we consider as maritime threats are take different forms: violent acts at sea, IUU fishing, illegal migration, human trafficking, arms trafficking, all sorts of incidents. And as it was very well put by Captain Palmer, you know, all those other activities and natural events, climate change, etc. But there are also new issues like maritime cyber criminality and other things that we are witnessing. We have been looking at what are the trends in reported maritime events, I would say events, which constitutes of violence at sea, smuggling and contraband at sea, human trafficking, IUU fishing, etc. And what we found is that those which are recorded are increasing year by year, which means that these, as it is the case in any country, when these crimes are recorded and which are increasing, it means that there are much more which are done and which are not recorded at all. So the other point which is very important for us is that the issue of maritime security is very important for various reasons. Is that we have this tendency of much looking at, you know, the sovereignty of the countries and looking at our capacity to manage our EEZs. But the truth, according to me, is that very few countries really have a good grip on their economic exclusive zones, especially small countries like Seychelles or Mauritius or Comoros or even Madagascar. which have very large EEZs. And there are many reasons for that. I won't dwell into those. But the point is, according to me, and the resolution 1851 of 2008, which demonstrates that it is a very complex issue, that individually countries cannot deal with it. The international community is not able to deal with it, like the issue of piracy, and that's why a contact group was established. So our thinking is that we'll have to have a comprehensive response involving national level actions, regional actions, and internal actions. And there are quite a number of a long list of things that we should be doing to try to look at, this issue from all different aspects. At the IOC level, we organized a ministerial level meeting that was held in as far back on the 7th of October 2010, where we developed a regional strategy for maritime security, safety and security. And that enabled us to develop a program which we are implementing until now. I won't go into the details of what that program is, but the idea is that we work together, can collectively, the countries pool their resources together and have a look at the region as one region where we can track the movement of vessels in the region. And I can tell you, I would like to give you the region. It is the region from 26 north until 37 south in terms of latitude, and in terms of longitude, 76 southeast to 20 east. So this region has been earmarked by us to be the region for movement of vessels. And what we've done is that we are trying to develop a system where we can track the movement of vessels and then identify movement of abnormal movement of vessels, and then do some inspections. And this is where we came with two regional agreements. One would be on agreeing to share information. And as Captain Palmer has said, there are many information fusion centers, and it would be very important for national maritime information fusion centers and regional maritime information fusion centers to be working together. And India has already submitted a request to send a liaison officer to be based at the Regional Maritime Information Fusion Center, which is based in Madagascar, which will be considered hopefully positively in the years to come. So the idea would be to look at the whole region and work collectively together to see to it that we all try to develop what I am terming as the regional minimal maritime capability. It's a concept on which I've been working, but which would require, as I said, some actions at national level, some regional level, and some at international level. This would, and with this, I would like to conclude on saying that as India is now an observer to the IOC, and there is a very good, excellent relationship between Mauritius and India, there are lots of areas where we could be working together. And I think that some of the suggestions would be that there is clearly much of competence and technology in India that are not present in the region, that India can, through collaboration and provide to the region, either bilaterally or with the region through the IOC up to India to see to it. We could work to deepen MDA. We could work to monitor maritime activities in real time with the system that we are establishing in place. We can work to see how we can develop maritime capabilities, either bilaterally or at regional level, to try to see to it that the Regional Maritime Information Fusion Center develops the required capability and has the techniques and the human resource capability to operate that system, but at the same time also to work together with the Regional Coordination of Operations Center, which is based in Seychelles, to see how we can improve the maritime capability to inspect the vessels of interest that we will be identifying. At the same time, as I said, we are working on different fronts. One is particularly this, what I would say the establishment of a regional architecture for maritime security, on which I think it's very important for us not to dilute with other initiatives. And this was the subject of discussions of the ministerial meeting on maritime security that was held in Mauritius and in which India participated. That was in July last year. And also there was another session in 2018 in April. It is very important if we really want to make a change to the level of maritime safety and security in this region, not to be working on several initiatives, but to try to come together. And I think that would be, for me, the most important recommendation that I would make is let's see to it that all the actions are coordinated in a manner that IMO, but the the EU agencies like Union Naval Forces, like Interpol, like CMF, like the contact group, like other UN agencies like UNODC, regional organizations like SADC, COMESA, IORA, IOC, that the international shipping industry, but other centers like IFC Singapore, IFC India, and others, all of us, let's get together to work. That's my key message today. I think that there are lots being done, but if we continue to be working separately, individually, just as individually one country, and that's my very strong opinion, any one country in the world cannot alone claim to secure its EEZs, and we cannot leave the ocean as it is. You know, I always see that there are many, people who are being decorated because they have done lots of work for their country. But, we all are very, what's called a patriot. But this patriotism with a concept of states where we focus on the land territory, and we have left 70% of the whole world neglected for me. And this is just left like this. I think we cannot continue like that. Life started at sea. And we are, with what we are doing as humankind, we are letting the sea down. So that's my plea. Let's not continue to be working individually, separately together. Let's see to it that those who are very serious about improving maritime security and safety come together, and let's coordinate and work together. This was the main conclusion of the ministerial meeting that was held in Mauritius in 2019. Thank you very much.